Hey, what's up guys? This is a portable 1080p projector that supports up to 200-inch screens. It does come with a Bluetooth remote control and it's compatible with a wide range of devices including the Fire TV stick with its HDMI port, along with, you could plug your laptop and a few other devices in there. So let's unbox this thing. I'm going to set it up and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So one of the cool things about this projector is that it's portable. It's very small. It's very easy to take with you. And let's look at the ports real quick. So we have the power port, we have the USB, we have the HDMI port, and we have the 3.5mm audio jack. So this is the complete system. They do have a sticker on the lens itself. There it is. So put this back on just for now. So the point of this is not designed to replace one of those, super amazing 4K ultra short throw laser projectors or whatever. This is really designed to, take with you if you want to take this, somewhere outside, if you want to watch a movie in your backyard and stuff. This really makes it possible. And it looks like there is essentially tie this into a tripod. In fact, I have one of my, so this thing screws right in. It's exactly the same thread pattern as for the cameras. So you could pretty much put this on the tripod and you should be good to go. And let's see what else came in the box. So here's the remote. Normal looking remote, nothing fancy, but buttons feel fine. And yeah, looks like 2 AAAs and should be good to go. What else is in the box? So we have, does come with 2 AAA batteries for the remote. And we have our AC to DC, and yes, it's 100 to 240 volts, so it pretty much should work about anywhere. And your power plug that goes to the AC to DC, and your user manual in a few languages. So let's get this set up and let's see what the picture quality looks like. So you guys could hear it in the background. There is some noise. However, because it's at a constant noise, you eventually tune it out and really can't hear it when you're watching something. You really don't notice that sound. So this is the main menu. Very simple. Really, it's self-explanatory. So you do have to point the remote to the projector. So I'm kind of sitting in front of it and pointing backwards. So essentially, you have your sources here, you have your apps, you have your app store settings, and then you have your quick apps. Now, starting from the top left, which is quick apps, really controls these. So let's just say I don't use, let's just say Disney Plus. I go here, I click remove, and then I can click again, and then I could basically pick something else. Let's say I have Hulu. I could click Hulu, and when I go back to the main menu, well, now it says Hulu here. So it's pretty cool that you could customize it just to get to your apps quicker, assuming you use these apps. So you can also adjust your wallpaper. So for instance, if you like this mountain, good to go, press OK on it, and there it is. You can also choose your own wallpaper, and I didn't do that, but you can do that, which is kind of cool, that if you want to put up your own image. So starting with the flash drive, the USB, it does need to be in FAT32 from what I noticed, so that's the file system. So when I go to USB, I try to play, so it sees my flash drive here, so I click OK. So I put a few files on this thing just to see if it would work. So some of my YouTube videos are on this. So I click on this, let's just say the AirPods unboxing and review. $9, these things just came out. So they added a few different So you can see that it plays the audio but not the video. Granted, this is a 4K file as well. It would downgrade it to 1080p, but it really doesn't have the codec to play that. So really what this is for is music. So if I go here and I select a song, and this is coming from the speaker itself, from the actual projector, and it's decently good. It's not amazing. The bass is really kind of missing, but considering it's coming from the projector itself, you can clearly hear what you want to watch. You can also add a Bluetooth speaker if you wanted to, but I'll let this play just so you guys can hear kind of what it sounds like. So it's decent. It's not super high quality speakers or anything like that. Once the volume gets higher, you do hear some distortion. So it's just, I would categorize it as normal, loud enough that you can hear, but nothing like amazing. Okay, so my favorite source is HDMI because I have my Fire TV hooked up to it. While you're in HDMI source, if you click the menu button on the projector, this is when you can actually change some stuff. So you could change it from standard to light to soft to user defined. And you can, I'll just leave it on standard. You can adjust the color temps. So this is the most noticeable. You can also do the sound mode. I just left it on movie. You could do surround sound, yes or no. Aspect ratio, I left that on auto, but you could do 4:3, you could do 16:9. Auto just picks 16:9 for me. You could do a time shutdown. You can also do a keystone correction. So this can adjust the zoom if you wanted to adjust it. If it was on, right now my whole corrections are on automatic. If I set it on manual, then I would have additional options here as well. Now let's look at the picture quality.
Findings reveal a deep mystery. Why is Mars so different from Earth? Daring us to explore.
We knew it landed safely when we realized that the wheels sensed the ground.
Good to see you, John.
Charlie?
You are a wonder, Mirabel Madrigal. Whatever gift awaits will be just as special as you.
There it is. So I would say overall pretty good picture quality, especially considering the price of this thing. So I wouldn't say this is perfect. This is nowhere near my OLED TV, which is on another level, but it also costs a lot less than my OLED TV. And it really just serves a different purpose. So going to my apps, these are your apps. You can add more, you can delete them. I do have to point the remote to the projector. So going to the App Store, this is where you could, get more apps if you wanted to. So, you have a whole bunch of options. So one cool thing is it does have VLC, and VLC does have some codecs. So if I wanted to get VLC, I would just click get download, and basically it would just get the file, install it, and I would be good to go. And while this is doing that, I can also go to the home screen and it would just do it in the background. And once it finishes, I can go to my apps, and and there it is. So going into settings, here's the main one with projection settings. So depending on how you've placed it, this thing takes pretty much all things into account. So I have it sitting on a table and showing me the screen. You can do it reverse, you can do it upside down reverse, or you could do it upside down regular, essentially. So depending on how you mount it, you can see it. This is the zoom, stops at 100, and this is the keystone correction. So if you didn't want to correct it, you have a whole bunch of options that it lets you do. And this is what I was talking about. If this is on manual, which it is right now at this second, so if I go into HDMI and I click on the menu options, if I click on keystone correction, well, now I have these additional options where I can adjust this if I want to. And I can adjust this if I wanted to. So it does have, a decent amount of options depending on how you've placed it. Going to projection settings, put this back on auto and let it figure it out. Good to go. Network settings, it essentially connects to your network. Bluetooth settings, you can hook up a speaker. So I can power it on my Bluetooth speaker. And I click on connected, and boom. See, it was very simple to connect that. And going back, application management. So this is the part where you can actually delete stuff. So I installed VLC. I'm like, you know what? I don't want it anymore. Come here and uninstall it, and you're done. So then you have your language and input. So language settings, there are a few, not too many. I selected English. And your keyboard settings and stuff, I just left it as on the English default. And date and time, just, I'm in Pacific Standard Time. Other settings. So this is the one where you could set boot signal source. So you could say, hey, when you turn on, go to the HDMI or USB or whatever. Or you can say, oh, I want you to boot to this app. So I just left these on off. And in About, you can actually go to your online update, and if there is an update, it'll be here. Then you could click install, or you can go to local upgrade if you have this file, which you would need to put on a flash drive. So the way screen mirroring would work is I'd go to my apps, I'd go to AirScreen. So on the iPhone, you basically would drag down from the top right, and then you would click on the two screens, and then you would click on the AS-APT01. So when you do this, it connects, and you can see it's connecting, and then it actually screen mirrors, and here you go. So, if you wanted to play this video or whatever, you could do this. I did notice there is lag when I try to play a video from this specifically. Yeah. And, if you wanted to go to a browser. So I wouldn't say it's super fast or anything, but, it gets the job done if you absolutely need it. It's not something I'm personally going to use, but you can do it. So I just wanted to give you guys an example of that. To summarize, considering the price, it has decent picture quality, decent sound quality, and it has a decent number of options which lets you customize the picture. So overall, if you hook this up to a Fire TV, then I would say it's definitely a good setup. So I personally enjoyed it using it with my Fire TV because my Fire TV comes with Alexa commands, it's fast, it's responsive, and it just works well with this projector. Now, Again, you can't compare this to a $2,000 projector or even to a $2,000 OLED TV, which is going to give you much better contrast ratio. But if you're watching this at night in the dark, it should be fine. Again, normal picture quality, nothing amazing, but considering the price, I like it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment sections below. As always, smash that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.